Okay, good morning. The meeting is now open. Secretariat,
We have 4 regular members, sir, and you.
okay, so let's start with the item 2. Model to prepare. You have been able to set the public hearings. So this is renovation of Manila Roads office. Do we think we are in proper because Manila Roads is still being used. We are in the process of procurement, renovation of Manila Roads control while we Mr. Videos.
Actually, sir, the plan for renovating or rehabilitating radar complex supposed to be areas used by the air traffic controllers from first floor and somewhere in the second floor. However, because of the necessity of the aerodrome simulator to be placed, inuna muna namin yung dun sa area lang na office of the chief at saka yung office nila sa training room. Kasi ang budget talaga dun is 3 million. So para lang magkaroon ng mapasabay sa pag-procure ng simulator, ito na lang muna namin i-area kasi meron pa may operations pa nga sa removal ng mga original partitions para lang ma-accommodate yung aerodrome simulator. Then maglalagay lang din ng another partitions para kung ano talaga ang size.
So it will not impact the operations.
No, sir.
Because the operations will be maintained.
Yes, sir. And even if we proceed to the total repair and renovation of the river complex, the operations is not included in the repair and renovation because of it has been foreseen that this will be a backup facility for the city.
You mean to say it is initial repair of the project?
Just
So the allocation is 3 million.
yes, sir.
There's an apprehension here, Mr. Chair, because we might be accused of speeding the project. Because if we're going to approve the procurement of 874, it will fall down to the small procurement. While if it is more than 1 million, it will be for public bidding purposes. And once again, notice in the preparation of the program of work, the direct cost covers materials and labor only. Profit and VAT will fall in the indirect cost. So hindi dapat magkasama yung contractor's profit and VAT under the direct cost. Ang direct cost natin is materials and labor or equipment if any. So yun ang apprehension ko, Mr. Chair, para maano tayo ng power dito na pag less than 1 million, nagiging SPP lang siya. Ang total allocation natin is 3 million. Parang iniiwasan natin dito yung public bidding.
If I may, sir, what is indicated in the handbook is splitting of contracts and actually splitting of project. Andun pa rin yung public bidding, ano lang natin, it's not circumventing the purpose of the handbook, the procurement regulations. Just get portion of the budget.
You meant to say it will be procured under public bidding?
No, sir, it can be procured by SPP.
Oh, that's precisely the purpose of magiging splitting yun kasi SPP mo nga lang. Kung public bidding mo siya, lahat, wala splitting doon. Kasi kaya nga natin iniiwasan kasi yan ang ginagawa ng iba. To do away with public bidding, we split the cost of the project para hindi tayo papasok ng public bidding. Kasi public bidding mahaba yung duration tsaka maraming ginagawa natin smaller than 1 million para maging SPP. Yun ang precisely yung concern ng sa SPP. Pero kung public bidding siya lahat, tapos ma-justify mo na it's not in the same area kasi yun. Parang renovate mo ito muna, tapos ito muna. Pwede namang, halimbawa, isang project, total number, at yung cost ng project, kunyari, development, say 200 million. Pwede mong i-split yun, kunyari, horizontal project. Iba yung vertical project. Pero kung isang project na hati-hatiin mo siya, that's precisely split. Ang maganda yan, pati din natin i-program ng total renovation, then i-face mo yung pagpatrabaho. So isang procurement na tayo. Yung total, yung cost ng project, renovation ng yun lang yung project. Tapos during construction, during implementation, i-face mo, ito muna gagawin para hindi maka-epito. Muna lang sa duration. Wala ka explain.
So, you will arrive at
No. Total renovation of the facility, yun ang yung 3 million yung allocation. Wala, hindi utay-utay. Ang magiging magiging phasing lang yung implementation. Ito muna gagawin kasi may method of working plan yung gagawin. So, ito lang muna para hindi maapektuhan yung operation. Pero yung gagawin mo, na-procure mo na yung buong renovation ng facility. Ano yung pang component?
Bali, yung quarters doon, yung signature, saka yung CR and kitchen, saka additional doon sa taas na parang magiging quarters din.
So, meaning mayroon second floor dati?
Meron din siya.
Pero ngayon wala kasi?
Wala. May extend lang doon yung second floor doon, pero parang extend lang siya para accommodate yung ilang beds sa taas.
So, it will not, in addition to serve as for the airport simulator, meron pa check.
Meron ba?
Kaya what if directly for the renovation to address the airport simulator? Lang.
Kasama yung sa APP? Pakinggan sa APP.
Ay, ito sir. Dito siya naka-charge sa city sir. 3 million. Public meeting.
Ano yan? Kasama sa APP o supplemental?
Supplemental sir.
is aerodrome ceiling simulator is not part of CAAP project. So parang may conflict sa line. So this supplemental budget was approved in relation to CAAP project. So kung quarters yun para sa mga pag-duty sa CAAP project, justified yun. But if we will include aerodrome simulator, I think there is a conflict with that.
But if you will do the program under the APP, which is a repair and rehabilitation of radar complex, pasok yung, kasi it's within the facility, within the building. Isang program na yung gagawin mo, but included na lahat yung scope, kasama yung sinasabi yung water, sinasabi yung simulator, kung meron man, well within the, pero title mo, that's the, yung may nakalagay sa APP. Radar complex nakalagay sa APP.
Nuclear complex.
Kaya nga, kung gagawin niyang program is rehab of radar complex, ang scope niya kasama yung simulator, kasama yung quarters, kasama yung iba pa na part ng complex, wala tayong issue doon. And makukuha mo pa yung budget, hindi mo pa may split. Pero kung gagawin mo lang yung simulator, tapos later kung gagawa ka na naman ng ibang project, dyan mo rin charge, it is split in 3 billion. Yes.
We just have to revise the program and to include all the development.
Yes. Don't include the title. Yung simulator. Yun na lang. Yung kung ano nakalagay sa approved budget. Repair rehabilitation of radar complex. Yun na title. Okay, so the user is directed to revise
Tsaka yung yung profit, tsaka that nasa indirect cost yun, hindi sa direct cost.
Infra form.
Okay. So, any more question? Okay, so let's go to item 2.2.
Supply and delivery of 170 units of controllers and sets. Radius. 12,725,000, sir. Pero sa kanila,
What these insert are for ang tanong ko is para sa existing ACC sa
Sir, for ATS facilities, including the Manila and outreach and ACC. So what we're using kasi din sa existing, pwede rin siya sa ATM center.
ano nakalagay sa ATM?
sets.
The mode of procurement, the EPP is public bidding, but the end user is recommending for direct contracting. Ano yung pala yan? Excel na yan.
Compatibility.
Rate base.
There are no other company who can supply the headset compatible with one.
So, kailangan natin
Pakita yung exclusivity. Ano yung pinag-bring na
Meron naman.
I propose na we don't mention CAAP kasi so siguro sa existing ETS facilities. Kasi baka gamitin natin sa justification. So we need to change the 180 EPP is public bidding into
Direct contracting. Resolutions.
Excuse me. Yes, Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the change of the mode of procurement from a public bidding to a direct contracting, and we have to make a resolution regarding this case.
Kasi ito para yun na kayo actually, pwede i-discuss yun. Hindi na nag-box. Sila lang nag-box. Kaya nga, to the chair, parang sinasabi dito, ang compatible lang sa top sky yung frequencies. Yun lang. Is the only exclusive agent when
Okay, so we will deliver the project. Then we will ask justification from frequencies, justifying that the top sky exit is supplied by frequencies. And also, this you mentioned that this could be used also in the UCCD project. Because we know that if we transfer in October to CAAP project, a CAAP, we could justify that this still could be used in CAAP project. If that, then parang sa akin na yung pera. Okay. So we will deliver for the meantime, and then we will use the user for the supplier to provide this justification. Okay.
Mr. Chair, can we calendar this for the next month?
next agenda.
Well, sa webis mayroon na tayo.
Hindi ko lang Sigurado mo ulit yan, sir. Meron naka-schedule, sir, pero ako ang present pa sila.
Medyo sir, mapupulan kaya next week na tayo. Ay, di tayo.
Kung available sila, mag-delivery.
Okay, sige, next week na.
Ito, sir, ito, please. Appliance mo, appliance. Sa appliance. Water dispense. Bakit 60? 368.
What is the proposed modification? Shopping.
Saan siya naka-charge?
Sa supplemental.
Supplemental budget lang nakalagay. Dito daw. Yes, sir. Meron pong shopping. Ayos naman yung sumunod page.
Okay, recommendation from shopping, so comment from the admin person.
Just move to adopt the recommendation from the end user that item 2.3 is mode of procurement is shopping. Second one is
Next, adopting the recommendation to the user for item 2.3, the one who is shopping. Item 2.4.
Or change of first foreign use for the use of the reservation, this was not included or not included in the old regulation of that. Only the two item are needed in so instead of 4,000, it should be 75,000.
Either packet. So, the purchase request is
Wala ibang EPP doon.
para sa EPP.
So, pa lang nandito. So, pa lang ba, ano?
Executive chair,
Lima nakalagay, pero wala include kung kasi yung dalawa.
Nasaan yung POW na sinasabi? Purchase request. Okay. So, purchase request, tapos ano yung, nasaan yung EPP?
Hindi ko nakatouch mo.
5.53.
Ano naka-attach yung dito? I-attach ulit. Wala.
Wala ka po kaya nakikita.
Wala naka-attach.
Hindi, wala tayo po.
Wala.
Baka mayroon tayo po kaya.
Pero hindi natin alam kung saan pinarch ng budget. Yung kanila namang hindi maintindihan yung allocation nila dito. EPP item number lang. Ate, palagay na lang ng EPP kung saan sinarch. Numbers lang eh. Balik ko muna.
Attach na lang next time.
Balik ko muna, i-attach lang yung APP kung saan pinag-charge.
Okay, so tingnan muna natin yung budget na pertain to presentation of the EPP. As in the presentation where the budget what is planning. Okay, item 2.5.
Hindi ko ito ba tayo?
Yes, so far, Mortgage Organic Services for the last quarter.
CNSC.
So, nasa supplementary nito.
Mounting to 607. Hindi happy na lang tayo.
Yes, sir.
APP, yun, doon pa rin naka-charge.
2080 Supplemental Annual Procurement Plan, Item 0002. Other supplies, janitorial, electrical, maintenance, spare parts. Budget allotted 21 million.
Wait. Nothing?
SPP, sir.
Saan yung item? Ano yung mga items?
002, sir, supplies and materials.
Yan lang. Pero sa dito, the recommendation of the user is SPP is included in the SPP is the one document. Nasa meron sa SPP.
Meron. Meron po, sir.
Move to adopt, Mr. Chair.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so back after the recommendation for the board of government for case of janitorial services for the last part of the series.
Thank you, sir.
Item 2.6, maintenance service agreement for minor station for This is for service agreement for 2,000.
Yes, sir.
Sir, this is for the network core switch and it's what you call this base switches. You can see at our program of work, it says there that for this maintenance agreement, There will be a 24/7 standard coverage, comprehensive hardware replacement during if a particular component needs to be replaced or repaired, there will have a replacement unit so that the operation will not be interrupted. And then there will be a reconfiguration of base switches if there is a necessity to replace a component. Again, quarterly preventive maintenance and then quarterly health check. The service will run for 1 year.
So there are components to the replace. It is included or do we need to purchase that component?
We will purchase the component. This is only for maintenance service, but they will have to, for what do you call this, diagnostic purposes, they will have a replacement unit during the diagnostic service. The main component here, sir, is the core switch. Just to give you a brief background about this core switch, the reason why we only have at this point in time we're just proposing a new maintenance agreement because Avaya formerly the manufacturer of the core switch was acquired by Extreme. Okay, upon acquisition, our contractor Expedia cannot assure us that they will be able to give us maintenance service because it has just been recently acquired by Extreme. So it was acquired 2017, then 2018, Extreme talked to us that the acquisition was already completed and they have all the available resources through their partners to maintain now the Avaya core switch and its components. Para nagkaroon, sir, ng ano talaga, ng vacancy eh. Hindi agad mapaayos kasi nga na-acquire ang Avaya na Extreme.
Pero may existing tayo kontrata na.
Dahil sana, sir, kaya lang hindi na hindi na continue agad or hindi agad na renew yung maintenance. Kasi nga, yung Avaya na-acquire bigla ng Extreme. Although Extreme naman kasi hindi rin directly yan ang gagawa eh. So, meron din silang mga partners. So, kailangan din ayusin muna yung pag-acquire ng Extreme, ng Avaya. Kasi wala pa din assurance na ang sabi lang nila is best effort. Di ba? Actually, we also propose sana magkaroon ng core switch. Cold spare. Kaya lang hindi na feasible nga kasi nga na-acquire bigla ng Avaya. What Extreme is saying is they have the technology now to maintain Avaya core switch and its components.
I need additional information. So, 2017, pinili yung core switch.
Avaya, the company itself.
What I mean is the core switch was purchased 2017.
No, sorry, 2015 I think.
2015. And when we purchased that equipment, we have the payment with
Yes.
Avaya.
Now with Expedia, the contractor, the main contractor.
Expedia. For how many years?
I think 1 year.
1 year.
And then when we want to renew the contract, they started to inform us that Avaya is about to be or was already acquired by Extreme.
So that is 2016.
Actually, I talked to them 2017 because I became an OIC 2017.
2017 up to present, there is no contract.
Yes, sir.
And now, they are proposing to increase.
Very critical kasi actually kung naayos lang sana agad yung bagong project, actually there is an ongoing project sana to replace the existing network infrastructure. Papalitan lahat sana yung core switch plus its component. Kaya lang today, nasa ano pa lang kami sir, terms of reference. For the meantime, andyan yung existing na gamit. Kung walang maintenance, pag bumigay po yan, lahat po na nakakabit sa core switch. Wala ko tayong network, telepono, CCTV, internet. Kasi core switch po yung ano eh.
How much would pay yung bagong infrastructure? How much?
Ang estimate po, no, kasi we hired a consultant, including Butuan and Davao, parang nasa ano na eh, more than 200 million. Ganun na po kalaki yung project. Kasi total ano na ho eh, replacement na. In-include pa yung Butuan and Davao.
So, hindi na silang na-procure tong yung core switch na to, wala kayong maintenance.
For 1 year lang yata, sir, 2016. Kasi
Magkano?
balik, yung 2015 to 2016.
Magkano naman yung
Hindi
maintenance?
ko lang, sir, sure kasi nakakasama na yata sa ano muna yun, sa project. Nung ang i-renew na, sir, ulit, doon natin nalaman na ang Abaya ay na-acquire na Extreme. Kaya last year, hindi kami makapag-proceed. Kasi wala eh, hindi rin maka-ano sa amin na Extreme. Ang sabi lang sa amin, best effort.
So, walang ibang company na
Wala.
pwede
Kasi sa Extreme mismo yung kinausap namin just to make sure na meron na silang mga partner na pwedeng gumawa. Yun po ang ginawa namin. Just to make sure lang na ready rin kasi siyempre yung mga partner nila sa kanila din muna makipag-usap. Just to make sure merong...
Kasi ang tinitingnan ko lang dito kung how did we come up with the maintenance proposal 970. Parang kung ano lang yung binigay ni yung Extreme, yun na yung how can we justify the amount is really the required amount for the maintenance of the core switch.
Kasi yun nga, sir, yung maintenance cost na yan, parang na-carry over lang from 2017 to 2018. Wala naman kaming ibang paghihingian ng proposal kasi wala nga nawala bigla ang Abaya and its partners ay na-acquire nga na Extreme. So then the best option, the only option we have is to talk with Abaya. Although this will go through with Expedia, although we know this will go through SBP.
You have been talking about kausap namin, kinausap namin, who is namin? Sino yung namin?
Before po ako, tsaka si Mr. Joseph Ontanco. For information lang, sir, Joseph Ontanco passed away. Kami po nakikipag-usap with Abaya, with Expedia rather, the contractor, and then Abaya, and then Expedia brought some engineers from Extreme para kausapin po kami. Explain sa amin ano yung situation last year.
Sino yung kami ulit? Sino yung kami? Para kausapin kayo. Sino yun? Sino yung kami na sinasabi mo?
Ako po, at saka sa CAAP po, ako, MIS po, MIS. Ako po.
Yeah.
At saka si Joseph, at saka si Mr. Joseph Ontanco.
So, you are the person representing, talking to all these people, and therefore deciding sa ganyan items na ayon dun sa kung sino ka kung natin tao.
Opo, ano lang po kami, parang anong tawag dyan, humihingi lang po kami ng mga proposal para po magkaroon kami ng tawag natin, makagawa po kami ng maintenance service.
Clarification about Extreme and Expedia. Ano to, iisang kapwa naman to? O joint venture sila?
I think ang Abaya kasi yung po yung manufacturer mismo ng product. So may mga distributor yan dito. So ang distributor ng Abaya before, yung nanalo sa ating contractor is Expedia. Okay? 2017, in-inform po kami ng Expedia na yung Abaya ay na-acquire ng Extreme. Kaya po, pinuntahan din kami ng Extreme. Just to make sure, parang paliwanag sa amin ano yung position nila at present, last 2017. Sabi nga po nung isang engineer nila na we can give you best effort kasi parang transition period Transition period na hindi pa talaga complete yung acquisition. And then sabi namin, sir, inform nyo lang kami until such time na talagang masasabi nyo na sa amin. Actually, may letter sila. I just forgot to bring it. Na yung Extreme talaga is now capable of maintaining, meron na silang technology to maintain the our switches here in CAAP. Although meron pa rin silang mga partners na through their partners pa rin.
So sila ngayon nag-offer niyan. Sila ang nag-offer niyan. Yung services na yan. Yung
Yung Expedia pa, kinausap nila yung Extreme. Not directly Extreme, but through their partners na Expedia.
So joint venture sila.
Hindi ko lang pa-assure sir kung mag-joint venture.
Kasi gusto ko lang makita sino yung liable, sino yung kausap natin, sino yung liable.
Sige sir, bigyan ko kayo ng ano doon. Kung mag-joint venture pa sila o distributor lang talaga ang Expedia.
I think you have to show the BAC, those documents certifying that is exclusive manufacturer, para masabi natin na talagang doon lang tayo pupunta sa Extreme being the one who procure abaya. But considering that the contractor is Expedia, not abaya. So, yun lang, talos kami kung talagang nakatali na naman kami dito sa sa company na to. Yung bang contractor wala nang may provide na iba to maintain this infrastructure.
Ang sabi lang po sa amin Extreme, they have partners.
I think we need documents. We cannot rely on those.
Although this will not go through talaga yung negotiated contract or what. Yung marami daw sila. One of them is, Expedia. Nagkataon lang nandito ng Expedia.
Okay, kung meron pang iba na supplier na makakapag-provide ng services,
Opo.
I think you have to show us proposals.
Opo, okay.
Before we can go with the procurement. Kasi we need to justify the amount. Yung 970 na offer ng kabayan. Kung meron pa palang iba, show us para at least you can assure us that yun talaga yung sure sa anyway, it's not direct contracting naman ng SPP.
Understand.
Isa pang final question. So this project will start, for example, when the agreement is signed. So that will run 1 year. And then after 1 year, we are expecting that your project is completed. Di ba sabi mo kanina mayroon kang bagong project?
Yung bagong project po na start po kami magplano doon, together with, if you still remember, Captain Bustos, last year lang po. Last year po nag-start na kami maggawa ng mga proposal. Nag-invite na kami ng mga vendors to give us an idea paano po gawin yung, ano po talaga yung mga requirement ng CAAP. Although ngayon sir, nakagawa na tayo ng terms of reference kasi po nagkaroon ng consultant ang finance na knowledgeable siya sa networking. Gumawa po, yun po yung naging kontrata niya, gumawa ng terms of reference at saka budget proposal or budget estimate para po dito sa network infrastructure. Terms of reference pa lang po tayo.
And it will budgeted by 2019.
Bali this year meron sir around 116 million. Kasi ang inisip lang muna namin, head office, apparently gusto na nilang isama yung Butuan at saka Davao. Kasi po meron ding application naman, naka-tie up dito, yung finance. Kaya parang one bidding, network infra at saka financial information system. Kaya medyo lumaki yata yung pondo.
Okay, so ito ang instructions na we need to know or we need to justify yung 970,000 they are offering for maintenance contract. Sabi ko kasi may possible na interested na so siguro ba natin kailangan makuha natin, ma-justify muna natin kung tama ba yung 970,000 kung approve na ba yung program ko? Approve na yung program ko?
Yes sir, yes sir. pwede namang siguro i-revise na lang namin just to make sure na. Anyway, I think sir, just to anyway, sunod-sunod naman yung project namin. Siguro gano'n na rin gagawin namin dun sa aircon at saka sa blade server. We will request na rin yung other possible, kasi ang nangyari lang sa amin, isa lang yung napagtanungan namin. Due to so we will ask na rin, sir, other, at least 3, I think 3 will be more, 3 na lang, we will ask for other vendors or contractors para doon sa PACU at saka sa blade server. Anyway, ganun din naman, sir, yung mapupuntahan natin. At least meron na kayong basehan at meron na rin kami mapapakita sa inyo na we talk to other vendors. Sir, okay na po ba yan? Ganun din naman kasi, sir, yung mangyayari, I think.
Parang hindi naman kami matali sa...
Oo, I understand, sir. Or is it possible, sir? Sorry meron din kaming, kasi last time, sorry I wasn't here last time. Nung sa Precision Aircon, pwede kaya magkaroon muna ng one-time na service? Around lang to, I think less than 50,000, maservisyohan lang muna yung ating aircon dyan. Pero one time lang. Is it possible for that proposal? O magko-conflict po siya dito sa gagawin naming 1 year maintenance service? Will that cost?
Just to point, Chair, I have been asking your committee all that because here I see, honestly, I see an arbitrary decision making here. Yung kami kasi sinasabi, it seems that it would connote na parang dumaan sa proseso. May meron kang kasamang nag-design o may ilan ba yung empleyado ng MIS? 5?
Actually, 5 po kaming
So that it cannot be compared with other offices na daraan sa parang bureaucratic may aasahin. So ikaw lang nag-ipag-usap, ikaw lang nag-design. Here now, we do not to undermine or not to belittle yung mga pumirma dyan sa program of work mo. But I think really that just right now you're asking the body about how to decide on this. Is okay ba? Okay ba? That is the very role of yung mayroong kasamang decide. In fact, mayroong recommendation na ng may body na mag-decide sa mga ganyan, mga technical aspect. Considering na you need assistance, okay, kasi nilima na tayo. Para hindi tayo aabot sa mga ganitong, we do not have a clear picture of the circumstances kung bakit nakaarap ng gano'n. Tapos, mautay-utay, sabi niya, ng kapwa ko, may babata na sa decision making. Hindi namin kami makadecide agad. Until we become hostage of these things, na parang nagre-remedyo na tayo, kasi on the outset, hindi comprehensive yung decision making natin. That's my appreciation, Mr. Chair.
So I think the question sa akin, decide first, and then you present it.
Just to, this is for the benefit of the Secretary because I've noticed that there's a long discussion. Just for the records to be exact, for the Secretary to be able to at least record accurately the minutes of what has been described. If I get it right, I need to get it that the MIS will be presenting to the committee the documents that are necessary for the determination of the necessity of this project. I just would like to make baka naman parallel to the question of campaign. Well, since this is a matter that has to be decided again, and just to make sure that the minutes of the report and secretary will be accurate and exactly as what that transpired. So for the record, MIS will be submitting the necessary documents to the BAC for the discussion.
Sorry, sir. Yung po ba yung kanina sasabi namin na with regards to this project, hihingi po kami ng additional proposal sa mga vendors po ulit?
No,
Yung po ba?
for me to answer, I just address it so that para tama rin yung record ko that you have promised, you have committed MIS sa back na mag-submit ng mga document. So that it will be on the records that MIS committed that para madali. Kasi napansin ko yung mga tanong kanina nito rin. It's a very clear description by Captain na we don't get the back doesn't evacuate picture. In fact, I was trying to catch up also to record the minutes. Hindi ko rin makulit sabihin eh. And isang question yung engineer. The questions are really very relevant, especially the question of the chairman. Sino ba talagang ang the call? Plus, you're talking about the maintenance agreement. Definitely, it's an agreement that somebody has to be established kung sino ang who are the party. Ano talagang trabaho niya, hindi pwedeng best effort eh. If there was a BAC, there is going to be a subjudication of the rights and obligations of the contracting party. In that case, it's PGN, binigay ko yung binigay yan. Under the law, the civil code, subjugate this is a right, no? Giving and assume also the obligation of the of the contracting party, or at least to be part of the contract. Thank you, sir. I just
Ano yung documents na dapat na-present? Sir, question, ano po yung mga documents na dapat na i-present next time? Kasi ang sinisite na.
MIS has to submit quotations from other suppliers, service providers of the proposals. And then I think you should include the details, terms of reference for the service agreement. Yung detalyado na very specific kasi doon magkakatalo sa implementation ng contract. Previous contract, I think that's the one I'm telling yung terms of reference ng service na i-provide ng yeah, so isa lang naman yan eh. Kaya lang, dapat detalyado yung papakuha. Yun ang magiging terms of reference ng unit leaders.
Okay, so this are three items under the finance. Since all of these is related to maintenance agreement and maintenance services. So, may pagkakaiba na sa presentation ko. Yan kailangan mo rin natin ng ibang media.
Pwede na rin siyang gagawin.
Para sa 2.6, 2.7,
2.8. Yun na rin yung ipapasa ko, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
Preparation ng mga tatlo items. Dapat itong ako.
Okay, so let's go to item 2.9. ENS.
Morning, sirs. Our project is for the replacement of 2 sets, 3-tonner floor standing air conditioners for the calibration laboratory of the ANS Technical Center. Ito po yung program work ay na-revise based on sa recommendation na gamitin yung format na natin na ginagamit for program work. Because dati po, ginamit namin yung form na pang-purchase request. So we prepared a revised program for using the old form. Installation.
Move to adopt the recommendation.
Seconded, Mr. Chair.
Liberation of one set wave tech monitoring.
Sir, this is project for the calibration service of one set WaveTech. WaveTech is a brand, model 9100, multi-product calibrator. This test instrument is at the ANS Technical Center calibration laboratory. This test instrument can calibrate several test instruments such as multimeters, air testers, clamp meters, oscilloscopes up to 250 megahertz bandwidth, battery testers, insulation testers. This is in line with the IKO recommendation as well as the ANSO recommendations to have our test instruments calibrated so that yung traceability, sir, yung makasigurado tayo na yung data na binibigay ng ating test instruments ay within standards or within tolerance. Kasi po yung data na binibigay ng test instruments are being used as tools in decision making by our CNSS on doing troubleshooting and improvements. So ito po yun. Bali, this will be a start, although hindi lahat niya mako-cover. So, since nasa atin naman na itong multi-product calibrator, this was part of the ANS Phase 3 na kasama doon sa hapon. So we plan to have it calibrated. May kasama po siyang may nakabundle sa kanya actually na training para sa mga CNSS natin na naka-assign sa calibration. So wala pong bibiling materials kundi calibration services.
So part of the project is the training of the personnel.
Yes, sir.
So this one is branded WaveTech, no?
Branded.
So it's it implies direct contracting or
Basta po yung basta sir yung
exclusive ba yan? Kasi there's an authorized distributor.
basta yung sir ang requirement.
But yung calibration, other companies could provide the services also.
Yes, sir. Basta siya authorized
Ito marami yan.
calibration service.
So pwede yung small value natin, small value component.
Yes, sir.
So what is the recommendation?
Yes, sir. My recommendation is SPP.
Move to adopt the decision.
Seconded, Mr. Chair.
delivery installation of DP or DME batteries and UPS batteries.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Because the project is supply, delivery, and installation of DBOR, DME batteries and UPS batteries at Hawaiian Airport. So we're going to procure different types of batteries intended for Hawaiian Airport. Considering that Hawaiian Airport is the traffic is increasing, so there's a need that backup power system should be available at Hawaiian Airport. So the end user is recommending that these batteries be procured through.
I-deliver ito doon sa site.
Yes, sir. So ang ano natin dyan is yung cost doon is inclusive of delivery and installation. Kasi before, pinapa-deliver natin dito sa head office. Ang problema, pag nagdi-deliver sa site, ang laki ng freight charges na ginagastos natin. So para mas lesser ang ano natin, tsaka yung burden, pag walang kasamang installation, pagka may mga problema, hindi natin may ano sa supplier na masisisi, kumbaga binabalikan tayo ng supplier baka hindi maganda yung installation ninyo. So doon sa ginawa natin, kasama na yung installation, supply installation.
Paano ba natin
During installation, supervised naman sila ng mga CNS officers na nandoon sa facility. So sila yung nakikipag-coordinate na kung kailan po pwedeng gawin yung trabaho para maproteksyonan yung equipment.
So, from the list, I consider this is 2.11 and 2.7%.
The same batteries but different size. So the delivery charges are the same, different. Kaya pwede siguro isang lot siya pero dalawang, pwede isang supplier ang makakuha niya pero hiwalay na size. Sa ano din, sa site mismo. Delivery, kasi kasama dito yung installation. So I also recommend that for 2.12, which is also batteries, ang mode of procurement niya is SBB. For 2.30 naman, it's the voltage regulator for Caterpillar diesel engine generator set number 2 at Lawag International Airport. So, ito rin na sa Lawag, ang ginawa rin namin is pati installation para yun nga, kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng problema sa installation katulad na encounter sa Busuanga. So ang ginawa namin is yung ABR mismo ng generator is yung supplier engineer, siya mismo nag-install and then sinicertify na lang natin kung during the testing yung result kung okay or pass or fail. And ang recommendation din ng end user dito ay through SBP.
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the recommendation from the end user that items 2.11, 2.12, and 2.13 mode of procurement is via SB.
Seconded, Mr. Chair.
But after the recommendation of the yourself, or what second, or what is being.
Thank you very much.
Presentation of PWD post-qualification. Point one.
DOT representative. DOT representative.
Sinabihan sila, sir.
To the back, this is the post-qualification report for the development of Siargao Airport at Siargao. The lowest calculated bidder is JE and Lawan Construction and Supply Corporation with the amount of 83,271,290.86. After scrutinizing the eligibility and technical documents of JE and Lawan Construction and Supply, the BAC TWG found out that all the legal eligibility documents such as the PGEP's registration, the registration certificate from SEC, the business permit from the LG of Manila, and the tax clearance certificate were all responsive. And with regards to the pickup license, it is a pickup license of medium A category A, which is the requirement of the end user. So with regards to the SLCC, it is an SLCC of the improvement, widening, and completing of Cebu South Road, which has a contract amount of 78,024,930.59, which is more than the 50% of the required ABC of the project, which is 97 million. So responsive pa rin po siya. And with regards to the NFCC computation, it is a NFCC of 188,807,765.45, which is more than the ABC of the project. With regards to the technical documents, the minimum required personnel and equipment in the instructions to bidders were all met by JE and Lawan Construction, so responsible. With regards to the financial documents, the bidder offered a total bid of 83,271,328.56, and the calculated bid is lower, which is 83,270,219.86. It has a difference of 13,782,694.79 from the ABC. So lahat po ng requirement natin under the financial documents such as the bill of quantities, the proposal, and the detailed estimates were all submitted by the bidder and is considered as responsible. So with the foregoing, the BAC TWG is recommending the bid proposal of J. Adlawans Construction and Supply to be the lowest calculated responsive bid, and the BAC TWG is recommending for the award of the project to J. Adlawans Construction and Supply Corporation in the amount of 83,271,290 pesos and 86 centavos.
Move to adopt the recommendation of the TWD to award the contract to First J. Lawan Construction and Supply Corporation, Mr. Chair.
Second, Mr. Chair.
PWD for the award of the project looking to start the work on the first day at the one. It's good for everyone.
Mr. Chairman, I'm here to present the post-qualification report for the replacement of DBOR, the DNE of Butuan. As a backgrounder, during the opening of bids, PhilCAAP Philippines was disqualified, but however, they filed a motion for reconsideration and considered by the BAC. That's why we evaluated their bid. The motion for reconsideration was accepted. Then motion for reconsideration.
Was accepted by the bank, or it is the opinion from the
Ang MR, disapproved, denied by the
Yes sir, denied by the bank, but
protest was filed
to the home.
to the home.
Okay sir. The home. I'm sorry sir.
May correction siya po din na in fact, it was Yahoo kung siya.
Sir. Then sir, there were two bidders, no? PhilCAAP and Evercon. Originally. Then during the post-qualification of the PhilCAAP Philippines, the BAC duty found out that the Class A documents are all responsive, as well as the technical documents responsive. Financial documents responsive, and the bid offer, no, submitted bid price is is 52,858,858 pesos and 28 centavos, which is below the BAC CAAP ABC. Also they submitted the post-qualification documents and responsive. The recommendation of the BAC-TWG is to award the project to PhilCAAP Philippines, joint venture Intra. for being the lowest calculated and responsive bid for this project, sir. For your approval, sir.
How long, when was this project?
The opening of bids was December 19, 2017, sir.
Comment from the other people. Simulan mo sa meeting. Balik mo December. Sa December.
December. Opening, sir. December 19, nag-open. Disqualified. BAC.
Nag-delete unit. Ito sa mga
Sir, no separate sheet ng bill of quantities.
The ANS sir required the separate sheet to indicate the model, the brand of the item. Pero si Philcaps Indra, nilagay niya yung model brand dun sa bill of quantities. Wala siyang separate sheet. But outright sa opening, dinake siya ng BAC kasi wala siyang separate sheet. Dalawa sila sa effort ko na isa. January 10, 2018, Sir Philcaps Indra filed a protest with the protest and paid the protest fee of 500,000 to the buyer. While the TWG also simultaneously conducted the evaluation of the qualified bidder.
Adam, yung from invitation to bid hanggang dun sa February 19, yung post-qualification report recommending award to Evercom. Gaano kahaba yun? Covered ba tayo ng yung period natin sa post-qualification? Yung 17 to February 19. Ilan ba yung allowed nating duration for post-qualification period? Dapat may award within a certain
45 days lang ang post-qual. Pero, kanino na kay Everco? Kay Philcaps na.
From invitation, di ba yung mula nang nag-umpisa, hanggang sa may award mo yung contract sa certain period.
November 16 ang start ng ITB.
So how many days dapat bago yung allowed period natin para may award yung project?
146. Latest naman yan. Ano latest? Ano latest?
Diba? Kung i-record natin yung i-award natin ngayon, that's too long na.
But paano ito, sir? Itong decision ng CAAP lumabas ng May 10.
Kaya nagsabi na
Then
Yes,
nag-open ulit tayo.
January. January. Ito. January 10. January 10.
Baka merong period to resolve the protest from January to May. Tingnan nyo nga.
Meron, 7 weeks.
Within 7 days dapat ma-resolve yung protest. It's lapse na dun sa ano.
Eh, hindi naman sinasabi natin ni Rob. Hindi daw tayo obligadong magsunod mo.
Eh, ano gusto nyo ba sir? Eh, hindi natin susunod.
Sinabi namin yan.
Dapat po may ilagay dyan. Kaya ilagay dito pa lang. Para makakompleta dun sa respect period to evaluation.
May issue, di ba issue pa yung sinong Honda? More than 15 minutes.
Okay, pending to I hope that the decision will be given at the first time that all members of this person,
Including the chairs.
including the chair. So with that, we will be correct, and then we will go to item 4.
Mr. Chairman, this is the bid evaluation of the BAC technology for the purchase of automatic, fully automated blood chemistry machine. The budget contract for this project is 2,200,000. There was only one bidder for this project, the BioCare Health Resources Incorporated. And the submitted bid proposal for this project is complete, below the ABC, and no arithmetical correction. The recommendation of the BAC is to recommends the post-qualification of BioCare Health Resources Incorporated. What post-qualification, sir?
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the recommendation of TWG for item 4 to be to undergo post-qualification.
Second is
Recommendation of the TWG for kapag post-evaluation for ID there.
Mamaya, paano nga ang ulit kami namin? Kanina kami, pero kami nakasampa. Pag tumatawag ako, lumalabas pa ako ng gan.
Okay. Sige.
Paayos.
Okay, the last item, temporarily the meeting is